Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cabela's, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Hoyman Tree Saws, Muddy Outdoors, and Realtree.
What we're doing today is we're out here looking at some public land. This year I have a little bit different situation going on the private property that I hunt. There's no real mature bucks yet showing up on camera, so I'm going to go ahead and make the commitment to move to public land and see if I can start finding something. Today my goal is to do some searching on 3 or 4 different pieces of property and set up some cameras. It's October 7th, so there's plenty of time yet. But with the rain today, I think this is a good opportunity to get in here, tromp around a little bit, and hopefully it'll wash out our scent. If we find something we like, we have a south wind tonight and a south wind tomorrow, so we might go ahead and pick a spot and set up and try to shoot some does and get an observation hunt in tonight. So we're just going to kind of start tromping around and show you guys what we're looking for when we're on these public pieces of land and what we think's the best way to go about this. A couple of the places we're looking at, a couple hundred acres to 1,000 acres, so there's different strategies based on where to even start. We're going to start with just trying to find some pinches, something that's off the beaten path that most hunters won't think of. Most people probably just park in the parking lot and do what's easy, so we're gonna have to get creative here and try to find different ways into these pieces of property and do something that someone else isn't doing to get on these mature deer on the public land. So this is sit number 1. We're in this timber here actually is a lot thicker than we thought it was going to be, looking at satellite images and on the public land. You don't know where to start, so looking at the images it looks like it was open CRP and this little draw, and you get in here and you can barely see 40 yards, but we found a massive trail here. It is pretty thick. It was really windy when we came in here, and I gotta be really quiet now because it's starting to die down. What we did earlier today is we drove around. There's a ton of public land that we're scouting, and when you have this massive amount of acreage, where do you start? So our strategy has been to pick out the smaller blocks and walk these ag fields that are in those blocks. And we found a few active scrapes, so we went ahead and put some cameras on the active scrapes, hoping just to take inventory of those small sections. And if we can yield a mature buck in a small section like that, we're gonna have a better opportunity to hunt them instead of trying to hunt 1,000 acres or better. But the other part of that is you have to get boots on the ground. Josh and Collins are hunting in a different spot tonight. They're about a quarter mile to the west of us here. We're in this spot here that it's kind of a funnel from some CRP. There's a heavy trail here. We got beans and standing corn to our east. This has actually it's real thick in here. It's a cedar thicket, so we're going to settle in here and try to be as quiet as possible. I'll bring you some updates as the night comes on, but sit number 1 on the public land. I'm just going to give you guys a little update here before it gets too dark. We've got about 45 minutes left in this sit, and we are in some thick stuff here. Not exactly what we wanted to be, but just finding a tree to be up in. This is where we ended up, but it's pretty thick. Sounds like Josh and Collins had a little bit better success with their observation hunt. They were able to actually see something from a field standpoint, and they saw, I think, a nice buck on his feet early. Still hope. The deer are up and moving. It rained all last night and all day today, so they're definitely up and moving around a little bit. We're going to settle in here, and if we have anything else, we'll bring it to you. Otherwise, we'll be back at it tomorrow morning.